Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games, and today we are going to be watching ABC pile through a couple of decks, the first one being Spyral. I feel like this deck can be a huge contender, and as you guys can see, this is going to be a problem for Spyral when going first. Set rotation is going to be activated to set Union Hanger to my side of the field and Gateway of Chaos to his side of the field. Furthermore, Union Hanger is going to be activated to add an ABC counterpart from my deck to my hand. My opponent is going to go ahead and chain Maxi to the summon of a Assault Core, and I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm just going to set a card and pass my turn. I really didn't have anything else to do. Now, the reason why we know that this is Spyral is because he activates Terraforming, and mistakenly I asked him. I should have actually let him get the Spyral Resort, but he reveals a Spyral Resort. So Spyrals will have a really hard problem dealing with set rotation when they have a field spell card. Not only that, I had Ash and Maxi in my hand, so it would have been really hard for Spyrals to make a board without giving me a lot of cards that could have easily OTK'd him. As you guys can see, I'm going to follow up with B-Buster Drake, activate the effect of Union Hanger, or probably not activate the effect of Union Hanger. TheCaliEffect, you a savage, not even using it. Activating Brilliant Fusion to send Sea Crush Wyvern and Gymnite Garnet to the graveyard. Special summoning Seraph Knight. Now using, God, what the hell am I doing? Oh, no, that's what I'm doing. That's actually pretty good. Now moving B-Buster Dragon to the graveyard and using 3 monsters to summon B-Cold Bulker. Now using the effect of both Busters to search Union monsters, or which are going to be Sea Crush Wyvern and another A Assault Core from my deck to my hand. That should be enough for 2 ABC Dragon Busters, which is game. This deck is really good at punishing the opponent for not establishing boards, and then also being able to lock the opponent out of their field spell card, which against a couple of decks, True Draco, Trickstar, and Spyrals, of course, are really good. I mean, I really feel like being able to summon ABC Buster Dragon and annoying your opponent, just continuously pestering them by banishing cards on their side of the field and giving you cards to summon with B-Cold Bulker or for B-Cold Bulker's targets is just extraordinary. This time around, I'm going to be activating set rotation going first, setting my opponent Gateway of Chaos, and I'm going to be showing you guys an Ancient Fairy Dragon play. This hand looks pretty dead. We're going to use a Assault Core as material for Dragon's Ravine to send Destrudo Noodle to the graveyard. Next, we're going to be summoning B-Buster Drake and activating Destrudo Noodle's effect to summon itself. That is going to make a Synchro 7 play, making Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now, there is one short misplay. I didn't activate the effect of Ancient Fairy Dragon to destroy a field spell card to add the Union Hanger from my deck to my hand, but we're going to use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to summon, or to search, B-Buster Dragon's effect to search another B-Buster Drake, and then we're going to use Ancient Fairies of Dragons to spell summon Sea Crush Wyvern to the side of the field. Furthermore, Sea Crush Wyvern and Ancient Fairy Dragon are going to make a Proxy Dragon, which would have been a Hoshanigan if that card would have been out, but Sea Crush Wyvern's effect is going to activate summoning B-Buster Drake, and then Decode Talker is going to be made. B-Buster Drake is going to activate its effect to search yet another ABC monster from the deck to the hand, and we get ABC Buster Dragon with 2 cards in hand, and if we would have played our cards right, we'd have 3 cards in hand with the Union Hanger. This deck is really good at getting rid of dead hands. So look guys, I'm giving y'all some sauce. Y'all need to get this video to as many likes as possible. ABC is definitely a contender inside of this format. Let's reach for 100 like normal. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to activate ABC Buster Dragon to banish the Brilliant Fusion, and that is pretty much game. Didn't really need to activate any other cards because now he can't get his second summon. He can't activate the effects of Brilliant Fusion. He's locked out of his field spell. Now this time around, I'm going to be playing against Paleozoic, and Paleozoic is a relatively easy matchup for this deck, and I'm going to show you guys why. As you guys can see, I have all of the field spells for days. I'm just going to activate Brilliant Fusion to see what is his response. He's going to go ahead and chain Maxi to the Brilliant Fusion, and I'm like, well, I'm glad this is one of those decks that can stop special summoning when Maxi, which I feel, again, why Maxi isn't so much of a great card unless you're going against Spyral, because this deck can stop whenever it wants to. I'm going to summon a Gymnite Garnet, use both summons to summon A Assault Core and B Buster Drake. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know why I didn't use Terraforming to search for a Sea Crush Wyvern. I'm going to attack with both of my monsters, A Assault Core and B Buster Drake, to inflict some pretty good damage on the opponent. And then I'm just going to settle my back row with bluffs and pass my turn. Now, keep in mind, when Paleos do activate their card effects, I can activate my card effects. So if they were to activate a trap card and have a Paleo trap card in graveyard, I can chain set rotation into the response of the trap card, preventing them from activating their Paleo monster effects in graveyard. He's going to activate Mariella, and Mariella is going to send Breakthrough Skill from his deck to the graveyard, already preparing for a Buster Dragon, or a Dragon Buster, which is a pretty smart play, but at the same time, I have no intentions on summoning ABC Dragon Buster during this game, or do I? I'm going to draw the worst card in the world to draw for this deck, but it kind of doesn't matter because at the very worst, it is Dragon Buster food, and I was really hoping not to draw that card on all of them. We're going to use Gemini Seraphonite A and B to summon B Cold Bowker, and then use the effect of Buster to search another monster from our decks to our hands. That's going to go ahead and banish all three to summon ABC Dragon Buster, and it's going to be met with a Torrential Tribute. Now, I should have used Buster's effect to chain itself to send Gateway to Chaos, but at the time, I was thinking about making another Dragon Buster, but there was no need. That's going to banish the Paleozoic Dinomishus. I think that card would have been pivotal for him, being able to stop my Union Hanger, and then set me back an entire another turn, because I would have to wait another turn to activate the effects of Union Hanger. So Union Hanger is going to be activated. That's going to summon B Buster Drake. Drake is going to be summoned to equip Sea Crush Wyvern to this monster, and it's just too strong. If you guys are super awesome, and I'm just saying super awesome because that's only for the super awesome guys, then you guys should be dark holding that subscribe button. But more importantly, my nigga, just seriously, dark or Raigeki that night of notification games, because we just too strong over here. As you guys can see, I'm going to activate Terraforming to search another Assault Core, because that's exactly what Terraforming does do. I'm going to send the Union Hanger to the graveyard to symbolize that I activated another Union Hanger. That's going to equip another Sea Crush Wyvern, which these monsters are unaffected by traps, and I have responses to his responses. That's game. Let's get you guys to the deck profile. Really hope you guys enjoyed the videos.
ABC was an extraordinarily fun deck to play. I really think that it's competitive. Not only that, I think that this deck can overthrow Spyrals and has a lot of inbuilt cards to give Spyrals a hard time. On to the deck profile, we run 3 copies of A Assault Core, 3 copies of B Buster Drake, and 3 copies of Sea Crush Wyvern. Look at it, it looks all noodly and messed up. But this is pivotal to the ABC strategy. Reason being because A and B and C wouldn't be an ABC deck without playing them. I mean, you could substitute this for X, Y, and Z, but then you wouldn't be playing ABCs. Another thing that I feel a lot of people are missing out is that all 3 of these cards correspondingly prevent or make your monsters unaffected by whatever card effect. So for example, Sea Crush Wyvern equipped to a monster makes your monster unaffected by trap cards, B spell cards, and A monster effects. You really want to start using those in certain matchups to give you an advantage. For example, Sea Crush Wyvern equipped to your monster makes Paleo cards kind of useless, seeing that they're all traps, so it's a trap based deck. 2 copies of Heavy Mech Support Armor. This card was extremely good in the last ABC deck profile, and I think it transfers over very nicely. Being able to tutor an ABC monsters from your graveyard to your side of the field, use it for a link play, and then gain your ABC monsters effect is just really good, and it's searchable through Union Hanger if need be. 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This card allows me to negate card effects. I mean, seriously, if you don't own a pair, you might want to get a pair of balls or Ash Blossoms. Whatever comes first for you. Next is 2 copies of the gadget, 1 silver gadget and 1 gold gadget alike. I actually dropped 1 and 1 because this deck isn't predicated as heavy on being able to normal summon a gadget and then gain the effect of summoning an ABC monster. We have Dragon's Ravine to tutor our ABC monsters from our hand to our graveyard, as well as Dark Worm to give us free rank 4 plays. But nonetheless, gold gadget and silver gadget are still really awesome cards to the strategy. 1 copy of Gemini Garnet. I mean, I hope you're running this for Brilliant Fusion. If you're just running a random copy of Garnet, hey, do what you gotta do, boo-boo. Next is 1 copy of Maxi. This card is extremely good at being able to draw cards when you're going against Spyral. Against everything else, it's pretty mediocre, but the Spyral matchup commands attention inside of your main deck, and Maxi is going to be giving it that attention. 1 copy of Destrudo Noodle, the Boodle. Alright, this card's fucking awesome, alright? So it tutors your Ancient Fairy Dragon plays at the cost of half your life points. It is a dragon monster, so it's a prime target for Dragon's Ravine. One copy of Supreme King Darkworm. The reason why I feel so comfortable at dropping the gadgets down to one of each, when you control no monsters, you can special summon this card to our side of the field, so it tutors a lot of rank plays. That's it for the monsters at 20 for spells. 3 copies of Union Hanger. This is easily the most important spell inside of the deck. Being able to tutor your light machines from your deck to your hand that are Union, and then being able to tutor them from your deck to your field when you normal summon or special summon a machine is pivotal for being able to continuously get A, B, and C monsters from your field or deck or hand to your graveyard. Next is 3 copies of Set Rotation. This deck actually can support Set Rotation very nicely, and it acts as a 4th, 5th, and 6th terraforming, being able to get you Union Hanger as fast as possible without being Drollin locked or Ash Blossom. 3 copies of Terraforming, because even though Drollin Lock and Ash Blossom both exist, that doesn't stop you from playing one of the better cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh game period. Being able to search field spell cards are becoming more and more required for good decks, and this is just one of them. 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion. I mean, I like second summons. I like sending A, B, or C counterparts from the deck to the graveyard to gain a second summon. You should too. This card's really good. Now, granted, the second and third one do become Garnets, but you can use them for Dragon Ravine's food. 2 copies of Dragon's Ravine. Now, the reason why I run 2 copies over 1 copy is because I run 3 copies of Set Rotation. And then sometimes if you just want to resolve a Set Rotation, you're going to need a different field spell card in your deck, and that's where Dragon Ravines does come in handy. Also, it's an awesome card for getting Destrudo Noodle to your graveyard, as well as Dark Worms. And then, of course, the 1 copy of Gateway of Chaos, because I don't like when people play field spell cards and I want to fuck them over as fast as possible. 1 copy of Raigeki for board clearance, and that is it for the spells. For traps, 1 copy of Solemn Warning and 3 copies of Solemn Strike. That's pretty much going to sum up the traps and the main board at 40. For the extra deck, we're going to run 3 copies of ABC Dragon Buster. I hope that you're running at least 1 copy of this card. I mean, I would tell you to run 3, but at least 1 copy, because that would kind of make your A, B, and C moot if you're not playing this. Easily the boss monster deck and the best extra deck monster. Being able to destroy or banish cards on the field by discarding cards, that's not even a real cost for it. But the real value of this card comes when Biko Bulker is on its side of the field, and you can tribute this card to special summon all 3 ABC monsters from your banish zone to the side of the field that are linked to Biko Bulker, and using Biko Bulker to tribute your ABC and monsters, initially gaining their effects and negating your opponent's card effects. 1 copy of Gem Knight Srath Knight, so you can summon twice. I mean, kind of have to. 1 copy of Gear Gagan X. This card is awesome for tutoring those machine monsters, the gadgets or Union Hanger, or even ABC counterparts that you need from your deck to your hand. 1 copy of Utopia Lightning with the Utopia package. This card is just awesome. I mean, sometimes this deck just needs to get over a certain card, and with this 5,000, your opponent can't activate card effects when it attacks is pretty good. Diamond Direwolf, I think, is really good to this strategy, because there are multiple times where I have ABC counterparts on my field, and I need them to the graveyard by Xseed summoning, but making almost every Xseed monster doesn't help. Proxy Dragon doesn't have arrows pointing down, so you just make the Diamond Direwolf destroy an opponent's card, and then you can go into ABC Buster Dragon. Tornado Dragon is awesome, a really awesome card for destroying back row. A card that you guys are going to notice that I'm missing, because it's only 14 card extra deck, is number 41 Bazooka, whatever that is. Card's awesome. You should be playing it. I don't have it right now. 1 copy of Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now this is the star of the deck, being able to destroy field spell cards and tutor other cards. If your opponent just so happens to Set Rotation lock you, just make Ancient Fairy Dragon destroy it. If yours isn't Ghost first, then probably cry in some type of corner. 2 copies of Biko Bulker and 2 copies of Proxy Dragon. Literally the only cards you need for links. I really don't see myself needing any other link cards, mainly because Decode Talker is perfect for this deck, and Proxy Dragon allows you to tutor ABC monsters to your graveyard while also getting their effects and putting the link monster to further your way into Decode Talker on the field. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Hey, popping for a real nigga. Let's get this video to as many likes as possible, bro. More importantly, you guys should probably be selling cards to me. I'm gonna have a buy list very soon if it isn't already down there. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, oh shit. Fuck. Alright, let me finish this with y'all. For the side deck, how come you didn't tell me? 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier, 3 copies of Drollin Lockbird. Where was I? 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. I've already said that this is the holy trinity for side decks if you aren't maining them. They're good against Paleo, True Draco, and Spyrals all alike. They all have a really good thing. For Spyrals, I'm running a lot of main board counterparts, so I really don't need to worry about it as much in the side deck. 2 copies of Zaphion to get rid of my opponent's back row for paying Paleo. This is good against Masterpiece or any of those huge monsters that I can't get over or Buster Dragon can't get over. The second copy of Gateway of Chaos when I go against a player that I know hates having his shit, you know, Gateway of Chaos. And then the Gaia of the Fierce Knight in case I draw 1 copy of Gateway of Chaos, or even better, I get Gateway of Chaos because, you know, that's a thing. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Y'all niggas need to sell me shit. I ain't even trying to sell y'all no more shit. Y'all need to sell me shit. Just hit me up with binders. I'm always buying. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy.